So Tekken 8 has revealed its fourth and final DLC character of its second season, and it is Miary Zo of Madagascar. Her fighting style is Maragni with other traditional African martial arts combined, and I think she is a fantastic character. She looks very, very interesting, and I'm definitely intrigued to see how she plays in this game. Apparently, her fighting style is Maragni, which is native to Madagascar, and also she is inspired by the wildlife of Madagascar, and she uses those animals as inspiration for some of her moves. So she may mimic an animal in some of her fighting style, or some of her moves, I should say. And I think that is really, really interesting. And I'm sure that a lot of people are going to be introduced to Marigny through Tekken 8 and Miary Zo, very similarly to how some people were introduced to, by some I mean a lot of people were introduced to Capoeira via Eddie from Tekken, or even Elena from Street Fighter. And Capoeira, of course, is a really, really cool fighting style too. So I definitely will be trying out Miary Zo when she comes out, because she does look really phenomenal. I like her character design a lot too. And I think it's interesting because she is the first Madagascar character in Tekken's franchise history. So that's cool. And one thing I've always loved about the developers of Tekken 8 is that they, or not just Tekken 8, but just Tekken in general, is that they want to make sure that the characters are very accurate, not only to the country, but to the culture. So the developers went out and studied, Madagascar's culture and its people and everything, the languages, and they want to make sure that Madagascar receives good representation through Miary Zo. And they've always done a really, really great job of doing stuff like that. So the fact that, she is a very accurate character to Madagascar culture, I think is very, very interesting. And as I said earlier, I definitely will try her out. I hope she's a really cool character from a gameplay perspective, but in terms of pure design, she's one of my absolute favorites in the entire game. Of course, the other characters in Season 2 are Fakuram, Anna Williams, and Armor King. And we have 3 returning characters and then 1 original character. Now, Armor King hasn't come out yet. He comes out, I believe, in September. And Armor King is a character who I do think is cool. I will try him out, definitely. Fakuram is a character I really don't care for. I mean, Bruce is cool. I thought Josie was really cool, too, but whatever. And Anna, of course, is a cool character, too. Now, when it comes to Armor King, I've always been way, way, way more of a King kind of dude. I've always thought that King was one of the coolest characters a fighting game has ever had. And I still do agree with that. I still think King is the coolest dude in the entire game. And probably in FGC history, to be honest, or fighting game history. But Armor King was alright too. I never really played Armor King, but I do like his Great Muda, Poison Mist. I've always thought that was cool. So I definitely would try out Armor King. But as I said, I've always preferred King. In terms of the Williams sisters, Nina has always been my favorite, but I've always liked Anna a lot too, and I always consider them to be very inseparable, which is weird because 7 and 8 both had Anna as a DLC character, which is strange because you really just can't separate the Williams sisters, But I do think that Season 2 overall has been a very good season. I think Anna's great, Miary Zo is great. Well, I mean, I haven't played her yet, but still. I think Fakuram is alright. Not particularly my thing, but Muay Thai is great, so whatever. It's a fun fighting style. And Armor King is a fan favorite too. So I think Season 2 overall has been very, very good. I thought Season 1 of this game was great too. Of course, Lydia Sobieska, one of my favorite characters in the game. She should have been in the game day 1, but whatever, what do I know? Eddie is obviously awesome. I love Eddie. I want Christy in this game too, please. Give me Christy, please. Season 3 maybe? Eddie was great. Heihachi is a character I just don't really care for. I know. Kazuya and Heihachi are like the 2 most important Tekken characters. They're like the Scorpion and Sub-Zero, the Ryu and Ken of Tekken. But I never really cared for Heihachi, sorry. Reina's cool, but whatever. And who else was in Season 1? It was Lydia, Eddie, Heihachi, and Clive. Of course, I forgot about Clive. He's the guest character from Final Fantasy. This is a great time to let everybody know that I've never played a Final Fantasy game in my life. But I know that Noctis was in Tekken 7, so whatever. Final Fantasy guest character, some people loved Clive, so that's cool. If you're a big fan of Final Fantasy, there you go. Clive's in the game, that's cool. But back to the topic of Miary Zo. Her face model was actually changed, which I do think is interesting. So in the trailer, she looks great. I think her concept art looked great too. But I guess a lot of people noticed that her model looked a little bit different than her concept art. And it got to the point where the developers are like, oh yeah, we fixed her face, the values weren't set properly. And her new model does look really good. And apparently, the developers have even stated that for some of the characters in the game, like their models are like incorrect. Like some of the values, like proportions, I guess, are not set to their correct values. And they will be issuing a future update for this game that fixes the models or something similar to that. So there's a real possibility that Asuka could finally have her neck back. You believe that? Asuka doesn't have a neck in Tekken 8 apparently, which I really didn't notice it until you look at it. But apart from that, I think her new model does look really great. As I said, she's just a really cool character, and I'm really excited to try her out. And I think she has a new stage coming out too, which is great too. So shout outs to Madagascar. Really cool country. It's a little island off the eastern coast of Africa. Geography is one of my strong suits, you know. So yes, Miary Zo looks fantastic, and Maragni is a really cool fighting style. Oh, by the way, my apologies if I've mispronounced anything. I'm trying to be proper about it, you know. Anyway, for Season 3, I fully expect there to be 3 returning characters and like 1 original. I think it'd be cool if there were 2 returning and 2 original. I think that'd be great. But I think also what's likely is 2 returning, 1 original, 1 guest. I think that's likely too. Because I think we need more original characters in this game. I think we need more women in this game too. If you would like to add Christy Montero, now is your opportunity. You can add Josie back in the game. She'd be awesome. But I think they'll probably do like 2 returning, 2 original. That's what I would do at least. But maybe people would complain about the original, but you can't please everybody.